All right, we might as well start. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone's going well. So, what we want to do is we want to continue with the sprints. I haven't fully set everything up. I'm just going to hit the debug mode in here. I'm going to hit the refresh in here. We need to do npm run watch in here. There we go. All right, so let's open up this. Because I had a little bit more of, I'm going to reset the canvas. So we're going to have a simple to do. And, all right. I think I put this in order. So have the user able to create sprint. User able to delete sprint. Okay, user able to add object to sprint. Okay, user able to remove object from sprint. User able to start sprint. And user able to finish. Stop/finish sprint. And then permissions. All right, so that's our to do with what we want to get done with the sprint functionality. As you see, some of this will be very, very quick and easy. Some of it will be a little bit more difficult, but we need to attempt it in this sort of way. We won't be able to test anything if the user can't create sprints or delete sprints. We won't be able to, we don't want to keep adding stuff and then not have the ability to remove anything and so forth like that. So this is our plan of attack. We've got permissions at the bottom because we've got to think about the permissions. So with the permissions themselves, all right, we've got an add break. I'm just gonna like this just for a little bit. We're trying something different with the ad breaks. The idea being is we're going for a little bit longer ad breaks to stop the pre-rolls. So when someone jumps into stream, they're not hit with an ad straight away. I'm hoping this kind of works. So yeah. In the meantime, what I could potentially do is I could draw stuff up. So essentially sprints should be considered as sub-objects of either projects or requirements. And welcome back. All right, cool. So you didn't miss much. I'm just drawing this up so I can actually explain it when the ads come back. All requirements. So I am really glad that we refactored the permissions, because this particular step is going to be a lot easier now. Essentially, I won't say trivial. What I would say is it is going to be 100 times easier than what we had in place. So the sprints should actually be considered either sub-objects or, sprints should be considered sub-objects of either projects or requirements. It depends which, what they're connected to. If they're connected to a project, then we'll look at that particular project's permissions and determine what we've got to do next. So if we have a look at the permissions themselves, so if I minimize everything here, open up NearBeach, I'm just going to close all tabs. We go up to NearBeach, we open it up, we go to our decorators, and we open up our check user permission, and then we check our partials. So if we open up project 1, we'll be able to hopefully send through this with Quarks the project ID. From there, I think that's all we need to send up. So yeah, we will probably have so we've got object permissions, but we've also got customer permissions. So we might have a view dedicated to this, where the view will check the particular object and be like, all right, what type of permission is this? And then deal with it that way. So yeah, yeah, that's all I needed to talk about permissions. It's going to be a lot easier because we've done that. But that's going to come last, because that's probably going to be the most difficult to, not the difficult to do, just the most fiddly, because once we get everything done, we'll have an understanding how everything works, and then that's the perfect time to sort of implement the permissions. If we implement the permissions too early, we have the risk of running into something where we have to change those permissions, and that's just adding on extra work. So that's why we're doing it last. So let's add in the ability for users to create sprints. Okay, so we're going in here. We've got everything up and running. I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to go, let's create a new object. Sorry, that actually happened because cache. All right, so adding a new sprint. And hey, the pod that I know, how are you going? Hopefully you're going well. Welcome, welcome. How's your day been? All right, so we've got sprints down here. In this, we should have the ability to list all current sprints and also create one down here. Also list whether or not this project is assigned to any sprints. So let's do that now. Let's just draw that up a little. So this will be the block. What we'll have down here is the add sprint button. Then we'll have your not bad typical Friday stuff. Oh, that's good to hear. So we'll have current sprint. Just wait. Before I do this properly. What did we say? We stated that we want sprints where we want assigned to sprints. All right. Then we want current, and then we want finished. Like so. So the part of the status. And then we want sprints up here. Current and finished. All right, easy done. So, what we've got, source, JavaScript, components. We have our sprints. This won't actually be part of that. This will be part of this. So it's part of the submodules. So what we want is we want a new file, and we want to call it list sprints.view. We definitely want to add that. And then what we want is our template. We'll add stuff in it in a minute, and then we want our script. We want to export default. Name is going to be list sprints. Components. No, that's method data. Methods. And I don't think we need mounted, so I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. We're going to go hello world here. And we're going to add that in very, very quickly. So we need to go to the parents module. We need to actually import that. So up here, what we'll do is import, and this is just going to be list sprints from the sprints, easy. Then down here, we go list sprints. Sweet. Then we just need to delete this. We just go list sprints. And Bob's your uncle. Now I just realized, yeah, we do need to include some extra stuff. So we need the Vuex to import map getters from Vuex, like so. That's part of the component. Actually, no, that's not part of the components. Now this is a part of the computed. Which is an object dot map getters. And then what we have here is we'll need the root URL. We'll need the destination. We'll need the location ID. That will bring up our current object, which will, yep, all right, cool, which will be the project task and all that kind of fun stuff. So what actually happens is that data gets sent to the back end. And then from here, let's start doing this. All right, so before we continue, we're doing something like this. So what we'll have is we'll have a simple div. It's just a div. Everything's just in a sort of column here. That's it. So simple div. In fact, I don't think you need a div anymore nowadays. That might be an old Vue template. So what we want is we want a header 2. And we're going to say list sprints. And then this will have an HR. Then we'll have a div. And this will be a VF, the destination in, and we'll have project and requirement. Like so. And that's all we kind of need for that. Then we'll down here, we'll have another div. With this div, this will be VF. In our data, we're going to have one that's going to be... Sorry, now this is where I need to think properly. This is just the naming convention that I want to keep that makes sense. So, sprints, current sprints. Finished sprints. Assigned current sprints. Finished current sprints. Okay. I mean, in reality, I could do current sprints and then all that kind of stuff, and then add up extra code up here, being like, oh yeah, we're filtering and all that kind of stuff. But no, we can do the hard work in Axios and so forth like that. All right, so what we want to do is here we want I've written that wrong. Assigned finished sprints. There you go. Is greater than 0. So we don't want this widget really appearing or anything like that. I could break this down into more components. I see this getting very, very confusing very, very quickly. Okay. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm going to strip this down. It'll make sense in a minute. Okay, so the one problem is there's going to be a lot of if statements and so forth like that in here. We don't want that. We want to simplify this down to its basic sort of components. So we're going to create 2 sub-module components. One is going to be called this is where we need to come up with a name. So we've got the component list sprints. All right, we want to come up with 2 subcomponents. One is going to be called assigned sprints. And the other one's going to be called, we can't, sprint list doesn't really work. So far, I'm just landing on sprints. And I don't want to have sprint list, because that's just going to be confusing as hell with list sprints and so forth like that. So what is a good way to do this? What's a good name? Child sprints. Perfect. All right. And what that will do is that will get rid of a lot of the nested if statements and so forth like that. So let's create those. Child sprints.view. And we've got assigned sprints.view. So I'm just going to quickly, not teleport, template. Script export default name. This is going to be assigned sprints. We're just going to leave it at that at the moment. Should we be seeing your OBS? You shouldn't be. No. All right, easy fix. Sorry about that. There we go. I didn't notice that. Thank you, Seth. All right. I've been talking for like almost half an hour. How are you, Steph? Hopefully you're going well. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I won't. Can't kick myself over it. All right, cool. So for things I've been writing up, this is what we've got to do today, because now I've got to refresh this because I've just been talking to a locked up screen. Things that we want to do to release the sprint functionality is users having the ability to create the sprint, delete the sprint, add object to the sprint, remove object from the sprint, start the sprint, stop the sprint, and permissions. You're good, just starting your workday here? Fair enough. Yeah, I've finished the workday here. Long weekend, so I'm pumped. Yeah, just working on the sprints. So yes, I'm thinking of ignore how badly laid this out at the moment is, but I'm thinking of having that sort of layout, having list sprints and then child sprints and assigned sprints as children. So we're just creating those at the moment. So I'm just going to create a header 2. I'm just going to go assigned sprints here. And then we're actually doing the dreaded header 3s. We're going to go current sprints. And finished sprints. Okay. And then we got the child sprints. So template that. Child sprints. Current sprints. And then finished. So export default. And this will be child sprints. All right. So now we can go back to list sprints, and what we could do is in here we can import components. So import child sprints from, and child sprints, yep, that's it, import assigned sprints from, like so. Then components will be assigned sprints and then child sprints. All right, and then up here we'll have the child sprints and the assigned sprints. And that leaves our component small and contained, which is what we want. This is fine, having it like this, because then we can have more complexity in these ones and they'll be separated from each other, so there's less problems. All right, so with this name, we've got the components. We'll need the VueJS stuff. Import map getters from VueJS. And then in here, we want computed map getters. Oops. And then we want the destination, get destination. We want location, get location ID. Oops, I better keep that as, we need the root URL, get root URL. Okay, I think that's all we need for that particular one. We'll add in the methods. I will need to add in the data. So the data is going to be quite simple. It is just going to be return. What we'll have is current sprints and then finished sprints. And that's really all we need. We also need a mounted. And we need to get sprints. And in the mounted, it is just going to get sprints. But we want it to wait. So how are we getting it to wait? Again, it's going to be this dot next tick. So I'm just looking up how I did it from everywhere else. I need to do this in the directory. I need to do, yeah, perfect. So this dot next tick, and then it's a arrow function. And then it'll be this dot get sprints. The reason why we've got to do it like this is because essentially we're not guaranteed that that destination is filled out, or the location ID. So we need to be like, all right, cool, this can hold off until the next tick. And then we can be like, all right, sweet, done. Okay. So now we've done that. We just need to get the data. We need to get the data rendered up here too. So we'll have just that at the moment. I just want to see how that looks. So we're going to refresh. We're going to click on sprints. We've got list sprint. We've got the child sprints, current sprints, finished sprints, assigned sprints, and so forth like that. And I'm quite happy with how that's laid out. So another thing, what we've got to do, so we've got to add in a button. And I'm going to add in alerts too. So I'm not going to add in, I think that's fine. Div VIF the current sprints dot length equals 0. Actually, it's greater than 0. We're going to have all of that information in there. Div v else. And then we're going to have simple class equals alert info. Currently there are no sorry, just give me 2 seconds. Currently there are no current sprints. Okay, now with this particular one down here, VIF finished sprints dot length is greater than 0. We're going to simplify this. Like so. And it's just going to disappear if there's none in there at the moment. So it'll do this. It'll just disappear. Then we're going to add in a HR and some space. So we'll have a div class equals spacer. And we'll add in a HR. So that gives us a lot of space there. I like that. All right, cool. And I think yeah, we should have one in here. Div class equals spacer. But I think we should paste it in here. Actually, no. No, it doesn't go in there. It won't work. Alright, like so. Cool. All right. It's looking a bit messy at the moment, but we'll clean that up. So we've got child sprints. There's header 2's current sprint. Yep, and then we go through with the alert. We'll add code in here. We've got the spacer if it needs it. And then we'll add code in there. And then this is just to space things out a little bit. So we now need to get that data, but not just quite yet. We need this to not appear on stuff like tasks. So if I go and search for a task. Ad break. All right. Yeah, all right. I am trying something different. The idea being I'm adding in ads. They're a little bit longer than usual. The reason being is I want people not to have pre-rolled ads when they jump in. So when they jump in, have no ads whatsoever. So I'm trialing this out. Hopefully it means that I get less people jumping in, seeing a bunch of ads and then jumping out. And instead, this will help, you know, with the channel. So fingers crossed this will work. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to use this time to talk about random stuff and so forth like that and see how that goes. So yeah, I might do something different with the pictures and all that kind of stuff. I might just keep it with simple basic news. Specifically around NearBeach or anything like that. So yeah, I'm up for ideas how people want this to this time to how it should unfold. But those with you know, who are subscribed to the channel or have our blog should be able to see this. So yeah. Anyway, I am going to go back to my workstation. So yeah, no one's missed anything. I'm trying this out. All right. So going back with this, what we want to do is make sure this doesn't appear. So at the moment, it does appear. Now, child sprints, we don't want to appear whatsoever. So we can, on here, do an if statement. So let's bang this like this. Actually, this will be neater like this. So if the destination. Oh, we do need destination in here. Unless we place all of this. Okay, there's two options. We can place all of this in a simple div statement. And I think that will work. If destination in project or requirement. And then what we want to do, scroll all the way down, bang these up, go all the way down, do a simple end div, and presto, Bob's your uncle. Wait a few seconds, hit reload, hope for the best, hit sprint. Okay, list sprints, assign sprints, perfect. Go over here, hit refresh, sprints, list sprints, assign sprints. All right, give me a couple of seconds. A equals project, A in All right, I've done something wrong. JavaScript array contains string. Includes. So I just need the includes. All right. So I've mucked that if statement up. Okay, cool. Now we wait a minute. Hit reload, hit the wrong thing. I was meant to hit sprints. Boom, it's under there. If we hit reload, boom, it's just assigned sprints. Now that first HR, I need to get rid of it. I just realized. Yep. So that's like that, that's like that. What we need to do, get sprints. We don't want, yeah, we don't want any data showing for this. So what we want is, if we need this sort of thing. I'm going to put this as data. Allowed objects. It's going to be a simple project and requirement. Because we've got this in multiple places now, so it's easier to do something like this. So if allowed dot allowed objects dot includes this dot destination all right, only run the get sprints if the destination is correct. Done. That way it won't hit that method whatsoever. So we'll be happy about that. Sweet. So done this. Got this sort of rendered out, kinda. What we need to do is probably have a p tag explain what this is. Yeah, so let's go p class equals text instructions. Lists out all the sprints associated with this particular object. And then under child sprints, what we want to do is p class equals text instructions. And then I've got to make some space for this. Lists all the sprints that are assigned to this object. All right, and then assigned sprints will be p class equals text instructions. Lists all sprints that contain this object. Okay, cool. And let's start filling this one out. So we need data, return, and we're going to use the same conventional names and so forth like that. So what we need is we need current sprints, finished sprints. What else did we have? We had allowed objects. We don't need that. We also need map getters. So import map getters from VueJS. And in here we need compute. We need ... map getters. We need destination, once again, get destination. We need location ID, get location ID. We need root URL, get root URL. Okay, cool. And then we need our methods. And we need to have a method get. We'll call it get assigned sprints. And then mounted, we'll have this $next tick. We'll have that in there, and then we'll have this .get assigned sprints. And okay, so this is very basic. Yeah, I don't know if we want to. The thing is, if there are nothing showing, yeah, we kind of want to say it's assigned to no sprints or anything like that. We just, yeah. So I'm just thinking how this will look. So if I have a div class equals alert info, and let's state that I have a v-if. So we got sprints. We've got current sprints.length plus finished sprints.length equals 0. Currently, this object has not been assigned to any sprints. Okay, cool. And then what we could do is we'll have a button div class equals row. We'll have a button class equals, this is a good, we'll essentially do this. Now we've usually got a line, oh, no, I don't say that. I mean, this one's got a line at the very, very end. Kind of like that. All right, cool. So yeah, no, this will be fine. So we've got a submit row. All right, cool. That's how we do it. And then we've got a simple div class equals col md12, and then we've got the button in here. So this will be a button class equals btn primary. I think that's save changes. Yep. And now I've got that as an A tag. I've got to change that. So we want to set it up like this. Then v on click equals, we're going to say add to sprint. I'm going to put that down in our methods. Add to sprint. And add object to sprint. So we hit refresh. There we go. Add object to sprint. Now I should hide those. If the current sprints.length equals 0. If finished sprints.length equals 0. I'm just going to hit refresh. I'm going to go sprints. There we go. Oh no, it didn't hide them. I'm going to refresh again. All right. It's got that little tiny issue. All right, not a problem. So if I do a div v if equals current sprints.length equals, oh, it's not equals 0, not equals 0, not equals 0. Div v if finished sprints.length does not equal 0. All right, cool. Going to hit refresh. Going to hit on the sprints. There it goes. So list sprints. Let's add all the sprints associated with this particular object. Assign sprints. List all the sprints that contains this object. All right, so it contains this object. Currently, this object is not assigned any sprints. All right, sweet. That's what we want to hear. So now we just need to get data. But one of the first things we want to do was able to create a sprint. So we've got to figure out stuff. So with the child sprints themselves, we've also got to add that in down here. That's where I am. Gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna go div class equals row. What was it? Row. Simple row submit row. Div class div class equals col md12, and then we've got a button And we're going to have it as a class equals btn primary and save changes. Now this button we'll be adding permissions to at a later date. So we do actually need, this is where we kind of have to discuss permissions at this level. So kind of deals with this, but what we're doing is we're assuming if you can create or edit a project / requirement, you can create a sprint. I like that idea in the sense that it simplifies everything. That way we're not dealing with very nitty-gritty permissions and so forth like that. We're not having to send upstream the very... we don't need to nitty-gritty the permissions. So in this sort of case, we can use map getters to get this. So we've got our map getters. Then we've got our user permission. Wrong area. User level, sorry. Get user level. And what we want is an if statement on this. So we got user level is greater than 1. Greater or equal to 2. So 1 is read only, 2 is edit. And I think if the user can edit the project or the requirement, then they can add a sprint in and they can edit the sprint stuff. That is fine. So what we want to do is call this create new sprint. And I am going to refresh this page. All right, so what we want to do is we want to click on sprints. Create new sprint. It's going to do nothing at the moment, but we're fine with that. Add object to sprint. We'll do nothing at the moment, but that's perfectly fine. So this will be one way of people can add an object to a sprint. Another way would be when they're on the object themselves, they can find stuff. So yeah, give me 2 seconds, sorry. All right. So we need to split this down. We need to go v on click equals create new sprint. And then down here, we'll go with the methods create new sprint. And we'll add that in and so forth like that. Okay. So, thinking about creating new sprint, there's 1 or 2 ways we can do it. If we go back to here, I am just going to move over here and we're going to do something like this and go create new sprint. Okay, so method 1, new page. sprint page, simple form. Okay, method 2. Modal appears, simple form. Now, I like the second one. There's a couple of reasons why. If we do the first one, we'll have to set up a URL. People can get to it pretty easily and so forth like this. Whereas this one, they have to go to this particular object and then they have to open it up and so forth like that. We can do this in the same component too. So same component. We just need to figure out a bunch of stuff. So one of the things we got to figure out is what fields we want. So we'll need a sprint name. We'll need a requirement. We'll need a sprint name. We won't need the requirement or project because that'll be automatic. We won't need the total story points or the completed story points. That'll be automatic. The sprint status. Now, I've just realized that sprint status, we need a draft in there. Because it'll be in a draft mode. Yeah. And another thing I want to do, we won't, sorry, let me just pause for a little moment. The start and finish will be automatic. Sorry, the start and finish will be manual. So the user will click on the start and finish, and then that is how all that works. So yeah. Okay. I keep dropping the pen. So we only really need a name at the moment. Everything else will fall into place. So I'm just having a quick think. Drop my pen. Okay. So we're going to go with the second one. At the moment, what we need, fields required. All right, I mucked that up. Fields required. Name. And then we need status draft. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Name, status. All right, cool. So that will be a very simple dialogue. That will be literally something popping up and being like, what are you naming? Name a sprint. Well, sprint name. You enter it in the name. There's an OK. There's a cancel button. That's it. And that creates the sprint. And then most likely we'll actually navigate to the sprint. Now, another sort of question that I've been thinking is how many new sprints can we create? I'm going to say let's limit that down to 1 at the moment. One. Later might add start and finish. Actually, no, let's add start and finish now, but let's not make it strict. Let's make it that users will still have to press a button to start a sprint. So that way, I'm not going to limit it to 1. So there'll be start and finish, and that'll be in there too. All right. I think that will be good. I think everyone will be happy with that. And then later on, we might get these to start automatically. Don't know. We'll figure it out. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, we are just about to start an ad break. So I'm just going to leave it here. I will be back very shortly. We are just going through an ad break. Oh, did the ad break start? No, I thought was there an ad break? Don't know. I don't know what happened. Usually it tells me ad will start in X amount of time. It said 5 minutes. I don't know. All right, I will be back very shortly. All right, sorry about that. I've been drinking a lot of water. And hey, RW Grimm, how are you? Sorry, I was just drinking lots of water and dealing with those consequences. So yes, how's the rest of your stream? Just as we get here, yeah, I know the timing couldn't have been better. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And now the ad break is on. All right. Sorry, I've got this going on. So I've got Max over there. Got some AI drawing of me done by my producer. I've got, of course, a photo of me and Persona 5. How was the rest of your stream? I don't know if you guys can hear because of the ad. Hopefully, ad will be over very shortly. Good, good. Knocked out another review request as well as what I was working on. Oh, nice. Okay, good. You can hear. Cool. There we go. I'll move back to there. Because I'm trying something different with the ads. So I'm trying to have it so that way when people join, they won't get pre-roll ads. So yeah, anyway, we're working on sprints today. So for everyone who just came from RW Grimm's stream, I'm Robotic Head. I work on a project management system called NearBeach. It's open source. You can download it and have some fun and hopefully use it towards managing your own projects. So what can it do? It can gather basic sort of organization, customer sort of data. You can build Kanban boards with it. You can create projects and tasks. You can gather user requirements. And when you're ready to release your project, you've got requests for changes. So at the moment, we are building in the sprint functionality. So the idea being is you're in a project or a requirement and you're like, I need to create a sprint to sort of track the next week or two or add, assign and all that kind of fun stuff. You can create a sprint and then, all of a sudden add different other like tasks and projects or requirement items to it. So yeah, that's where we're at today. We're quite literally, we're at the first little to do. So we've got the user able to create sprint. So that's what we're currently doing. So yeah. All right. Okay, cool. So I was just thinking how I want to actually get this done. So if I go over here, we're picking the modal appears. We're going to have a very simple modal. So name, start, finish, and that's it. That way the user can still key in the start and finish dates and all that kind of stuff. And we can do it on this component down here. So yeah, I just need to find other modals. So we've got other modals, which I'm just going to pretty much just copy and sort of change and update in here. So we're just going to go bang, bang, go paste that in, and we're just going to update this very quickly. So we also want that in here too. So I'm going to go if allowed objects includes destination, because we don't want this modal rendering out if we're in the wrong destination. So modal fade, confirm, delete. So this isn't confirm, this is create new sprint. Yep, confirm, link, delete, nope. Create, actually, what was it before? Confirm, link, delete. All right. Create new sprint. So we've got the modal dialog, modal content, modal header, modal title. Confirm. Okay, yep. ID equals not confirm. Create new sprint modal. Actually, don't know why that has an ID. That should be modal. And then we're just going to delete that. Oh, no, we want that. So I'm just getting confused. So button close, modal close, confirm link. This will be create new sprint. Close, right? Button. So that will be confirm sprint, new sprint, create new sprint. All right, cool. So we just want to create a new sprint button and modal body. We're going to add code in here, add some code. We've got the footer. We've got the on-click close modal. Now, in our sort of sense, that will be cancel. In this one, it will be called create new sprint. And then it'll be called create new sprint. So down here, we need create new sprint. We need close modal, which will be a simple document get element by ID. It'll be that simple create new sprint button dot click. And we let Bootstrap do its thing there. Now we've got a conflict of stuff. We need this other button. Instead of that, it'll be open modal. We should actually specify open create mobile. Sorry, not mobile. Open create modal. Go back down here. Open create modal. Then what we need to do is import the Bootstrap modal stuff. So Bootstrap import modal. Or is it modal? From Bootstrap. Okay, cool, easy done. Down here we need to go const modal equals new modal. We've got the element, so document.get element by ID, and then we go create new sprint modal, like so, and then we go modal.show. That's all we need. So that should open up the modal. Let's test that out. So coming back in here, we're going to go into our sprints. We're going to go create new sprint. We realize that that just is modal open new. Something's broken. Okay, we're going to refresh. Yeah, it's that. Okay, no problem. Aha. It was a capital problem. So, just waiting a few seconds, going to hit refresh. Hit our sprints, create, there we go. And then we're going to add stuff into here. We won't be able to click anywhere else. We're going to also double check. So if we actually upload a document, notice how it's a little bit bigger. We're going to do that with our thing too. And we're going to add in this site information too. We'll also need the start date and end date there, like so. So that shouldn't be too hard to implement. Okay, cool. I am going to go back down here. I'm going to essentially delete that, and I'm going to go div class equals row, and we're going to go div class equals col md4, and we're going to have in here strong sprint information p class equals text instructions. I think it is instructions. Or, yeah, instructions. All right, so what we want to tell the user is please use an appropriate name and date time, start date, and finish date. Okay, cool. Then we need div class equals a col md8, and we're going to put in add code here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to reload, go to our sprints, create new sprint. So, oh yeah, we were meant to actually enlarge this. So it's not meant to be. We want a larger modal. So I'm just going to go get bootstrap. It's going to go optional sizes. So I don't think an extra large one will do. I think a large modal will work perfectly fine. So large is modal.lg. So that will happen on the modal dialog. And then modal large lg. Okay, cool. And I think if we refresh again, go to sprints, create new sprint, there we go. That's looking a lot nicer. So what we need to do is we need to put in the label here, being the name. That's going to take the whole thing. And then we've got another row with 2 date times in there. And the one problem is when this screen shrinks, it does that at MD. All right, cool. Oh, I might want to... Yeah, there's a way to actually make it snap. Full screen below large. So if we do this... Yeah, we kind of want to do that. Yeah, all right. So that is modal full screen LG down. LG down. All right, cool. Because yeah, anything on a small screen, we just want it pop and make it look nice. There we go, perfect. And then if we expand it, bang. All right, I'm happy with that. I think something's gone wrong with this. So I'm just going to close that and reopen it. There we go. Yeah, something just went wrong there. All right, so we've got that done. Let's put in the fields now. So I want div class equals field group. Is it field group or group field? Let's actually double check that. That's part of that. Form group. What we want is label. The usual sort of stuff. So yeah, this will be sprint name. And then we'll have a simple input type equals text. The model is going to be called sprint name model. And it's going to be like that. And then down here in data, we want sprint name model. It's going to be like that. So One thing I want to do is kind of have a generic name in there at the start when it's empty. So a good sort of generic name might be... Oh, but we don't know how many sprints and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we could do this. Okay, the idea is we could have it so I'm just thinking there's going to be a race condition if I do this. So the idea being it actually fills that particular this out automatically after it loads up all the data, and that can be easily done. However, the race condition is if you've got really slow internet, it is possible to get to this modal before all of that data has loaded up. So a good example would be if I undisable the cache and reload, everything's loaded up, but some of these might not. And we can do a regular 2G to do that. So it loads up the data, but as you see, the parent module isn't there yet, which is weird. It should actually have rendered in. No, it's probably still taking a while. Not modified. There we go. And then oh, maybe not. Yeah. Let's maybe loaded that in a little bit later. Because it's doing everything in the next tick. And it might be one of those things that later on I might implement a state, sorry, of where everything is. Okay. I'm going to stand corrected. I'm going to say, let's do this. So what's actually going to happen is once everything's loaded in, we're going to load in this extra sort of, we're going to rename this field. And what we're going to be doing is it's going to be built off the object, the ID of the object. It's going to be built off sprint, and then the number, and then a friendly date. Now we already have friendly dates in the system, and that will be today's date. Now we do have we do want something like that. Okay, let's play around with that. Let's go into the console. I'm just going to paste it in. So we've got new date to local date string in US, in AU. Let's skip weekday. Let's go year, numeric. Okay, month, short, and day, numeric. So that's kind of what we want. And I think, in fact, that piece of code will work perfectly fine. Sweet. So, all right. The idea, sprint name model will be that. All right. Then sprint start date will be like that. Sprint end date is going to be like that. We're going to change those automatically. So on mounted, we're going to get those dates and update them, because we're going to actually have the n select date. So naive UI import n date picker from naive UI. Okay. And we're going to look that up. So in here, we've got naive UI. I want date picker. We just want a date picker. I don't foresee us needing time or anything like that. I feel like a simple date picker will work perfectly. So we need an end date picker, end value, timestamp, date. All right, cool. And then we just need the ref. Yeah, we could do this. So up here, we've got, oh, I should shut the windows. Yeah, it's done. All right. So we've got the please use the appropriate start date. All right, cool. We've got the form group here. We're going to have another div class equals row. Then we're going to have a div class equals col md6. And then we're going to have a div class equals form group. No. Yep, form group. And in here, we're just going to have a label start date. And we're just going to paste that in. Cool. Easy done. We'll have it as start date model. Type date. Yep. Cool. Div class equals col md6. Div class equals form group. Label equals end date. And then end date picker v model value equals end date. Sprint end date. And we just got a simple, yeah. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this. It's going to be sprint start date. All right, cool. Yeah, it's going to complain about those. So what we want to do is we're actually going to put them as 0. And we're going to change that on mount. So I'm just going to reload. I'm hoping I'm not. Yeah, I am. No throttle. I'm going to stop. I'm going to reload. We're talking about 16 megabytes of files to download. No, not happening on 2G. It's only 16 because we're compiling into, well, debug mode. So it includes everything. All right. We'll just put in sprint name in here. We need to actually put the components in. Like so. So that is, yeah, that's just done. Yep, cool. All right, we're gonna hit refresh. Gonna hit sprints. We're gonna hit create sprints. We still don't have those showing. All right, console. Failed to resolve end date picker. There you go. We just needed to wait just a little bit longer. Now I am not liking how that's like that. What I'm going to do, we're going to see what I've done elsewhere. Simple and select. New project. Class equals form group. Form control. All right. Missing classes. So what I'm going to do, there we go. Wait a few seconds, going to hit close on that one. I'm going to hit reload. We've got sprints. Going to create a new sprint. We've got the sprint name. We need a bit of gap. So I'm going to add in a bit of spacer. So after this, we're going to go div class equals spacer. And we're just going to do that. Perfect. Now, we don't have the date times or anything like that. That's perfectly fine. So what we are currently waiting on is if there's any sprints or anything like that. We'll get the name to be set and so forth like that. So let's do that now. Let's get the everything sorted. So I'm going to close assigned. I'm going to close parent modules. I'm going to close list. An ad break has just started. All right, cool. So good timing for this. All right, how's everyone going? Hopefully everyone's going well. So yep. All right, cool. So yeah, sprints. Got a lot of sprints. I don't know what to fill in with this time. I'm terrible with this. We've still got a minute to go. So yeah, what I'm attempting to do is to set up the contact with the backend, and then from there be able to, you know, get information. Oh, I gotta turn on that light too. Just to add more light in this room. Anyway, 30 more seconds. Okay, cool. So I am hoping doing ads like this will stop the pre-rolls. The one problem is essentially people would have been coming on and then they would have been seeing ads. So I do apologize. We do have to run ads so people stop getting pre-rolls like this. Fingers crossed it works. For those who have ad block or are subscribed to the channel, well, you get to see me rant for a little bit and do nothing. Anyway, we are back. All right, cool. Let's jump back into it. So I'm going to close everything apart from child sprints. We're going to focus on child sprints at the moment. So we're just focusing all our energy on the one thing to do. So we're going to open up NearBeach. We're going to open up our views. We're going to open up our sprint views. We're going to level them there. We're also going to open up our URLs. We're going to put them there. We're also going to open up our models, put them there. We are going to go up to the top. We are looking for sprint statuses. And then we're going to put in draft, like so. And then we're going to look for sprint statuses again and change the default to draft. We're going to stop this. We're going to go Python 3 manage make migrations. Python 3 manage migrate. Now, one thing, when we actually merge this feature in, if I remember, what I'll do is I'll delete all the migrations I've just made and make it into one simple migration. I've then also got to push those changes into the fixtures. So that way Circle CI doesn't sort of crash. If we actually have a look at Circle CI, it's not working at the moment for this particular feature. And the one reason being is we don't have those fields in the feature. So the database has been created, the fixtures are trying to be placed in there, and it's just not working. And the reason being is there's no fields for that. So yeah. We've also got to write all these unit tests too. Oh no, more unit tests. So yeah, a lot more unit tests. So I'm done with that, I think. Yeah, I'm done with that. So the URLs. So I'm just looking at sprint. So we've got sprint information. We've got search sprint. What we probably need is object data. Yeah, I think we need object data for this one. So object data is used as a sort of generic sort of thing for getting data. QRS, so that will belong here. So what we want is path. We want down here this to be object data, destination, because we'll have a destination, location ID, because we'll have a location ID, and then what we want is object, no, we want sprints, sprint list, children. And then we want object data views dot get. So we need to go to the sprint views. We're just having a look at the components. We've got list sprints. So list sprints at the moment is, ooh. Okay, so that's very generic. We'll have list assigned sprints. And list child sprints, because they'll be a bit different. So the reason being is if, yeah, they're different. They'll have different queries and so forth like that. So we want list child in here. So this is sprint list child. So that will be sprint views dot list child sprints. And name equals list child sprints. Now, what we could do, we've got tag list, sprint list. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we've just got another, yep. All right, cool. I am, whilst we're here, going to create path, object data destination, location ID, sprint list, associated. And I'm assigned, not associated. Which means I got to update this. Assigned. Yep, no, that's fine. So that will be sprint views dot list assigned sprints. Name equals list assigned sprints. Easy done. All right, and that will hit that one. Everything will be fine. So we've still got the destination. We've still got the location ID. I'm fixing this up right away. So args and quags. All right, cool. So straight away, what we need to do is we need sprint results equals sprint dot objects dot filter is deleted equals false. And then now we need the field thing where I think it's double star. Not double star. It's that shoot, that's what I wanted. Aha. No, I clicked on that, you nungin. All right, cool. So it is double star. Then you've got, sorry, I'm just gonna delete those. I'm just gonna paste it down here and I'm gonna do it like that. So you'll have double star, filled by F, destination. I think I need the ID. We're not worried about the get attribute. We want the location ID in there. I think that's it. So yeah, that will get the sprint results. Now the sprint results, let's get what we need out of it. We won't care if it's connected to a requirement or project because, hey, we're at its parent. We need the total story points, the completed story points, sprint name, the sprint status, start date and end date. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 50% sure. I don't know how sure I am, but we'll find out how sure I am once I start doing stuff. So we need the values, and this is where I will close the structure. I'll reopen models. I'll actually have the models to the side. I'll open that up. I will have sprint status will take us directly to the models itself. So straight off the bat, we know we need sprint ID and we know we need sprint name. We don't need requirement, we don't need projects. We do need total story points and we need completed story points. All right. I'm 100% sure you're between 0 and 100% sure. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Sprint status, we definitely need. We'll need the sprint start date. We'll need the sprint end date. I don't think we need date created, date modified, change user is deleted. I think that's all we need. And then when we do that, because it's in this value, I keep forgetting if I need to JSON dumps it. So I'm going to quickly have a look. I'm pretty sure I JSON dumps it. Yeah, values, convert, change task results. Yeah, JSON dumps. Okay. And also we want to send back JSON results. So up here, we need to have JSON response. So JSON response, we just want the JSON.dumps and then sprint results. I'm about 50% sure that will work. All right, that was pretty simple. We've got the destination location ID, that's filtered by that, and then we just, yeah, it's a very simple query to get this data. The request isn't needed, the I's and quags aren't needed at the moment, but they'll be useful for the permissions and so forth like that. And how are you, QLogic? Hopefully you're going well. Okay, so what we want to do, child sprints. We want to actually load in that data. So get sprints. So we'll have the destination and stuff like that. So we'll have const URL equals, and it'll be this.root URL. This would be object data / oops, sorry. That should be object data / this.destination / this.location ID / and then we had it as sprint list and then child. Then we have this $axios. Sorry, this.axios.post. We've got the URL. We don't have any data to send. And then we have a then, where we've got a response. And in the response, we'll have a const. We'll actually have this dot current sprints equals response.data.filter. We send through the row where we return row dot, and we had the name for this, and the name was it was sprint status equals draft, or actually it will be does not equal finish. Now I'm just double checking that with the models. Finished, past tense. All right, and then this dot finished sprints will be the same thing, but with the response being right side. Easy done. And hello, Ox Besoy. How are you? Hopefully you're going well. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So we've got the sprints now. So once we get the sprints, all right, we can name, fix up the new, fix up the models. So this dot sprint name model will equal, and what did we say it was going to be? It was going to be the object. So this dot destination hyphen response dot data dot length. Then we had let's actually put this in here. So data length equals response dot data dot length. So const date equals new date dot what do we have? We've missed it. I will copy it from here. And then we don't need that anymore. So to local date string, I'm gonna say AU just to be evil. We don't need week, date, long, year, numeric, short, and numeric. All right. And then all we need to do, and the reason why I key those out is so that this is short. Update the sprint name model. And then all I need to do here is just go date, data length. Actually, no, this is the destination. Location. Location ID, sorry. So it's the destination location ID. Then it'll be sprint. And then it'll be the data length. And then it's going to be the friendly date, which is just the date. All right, cool. So that will update that perfectly fine. I need to set up the dates down here. So what I need to do is I'm going to set up the okay. Add 7 days to date. It's pretty easy. It's a particular... No, that's not what I want. Actually, no, that might be what I want. So, var date equals new date. Let's try this out. Date.set date. Date.get date plus 7. A equals A dot, all right, new date. Yeah, I don't think that worked. Yeah, I think we need something like that. Okay. So what we want, date.get date. All right, date.get time. There we go. That's what we need. And then we need to add in that. So what we need is a simple const start date equals new date dot get time. And what we need to do is we need to go this dot sprint start date equals, oh, we can just go new date dot get time. Ugh. Get rid of that. And this dot sprint end date will equal will equal this dot sprint start date plus 7 times 1,000 milliseconds will get us into seconds, times 60 will get us into minutes, times another 60 will get us into hours, times 24. Set the sprint start date as today, the end date in 7 days. Cool, done. So let's hit refresh. Let's hope for the best. Let's open up the console logs. Ooh. Also, one other thing is up here in our Axios sort of stuff, we don't have a catch. So what we want to do with the catch is this $store.dispatch. We're dispatching a new toast. It is going to have the header error getting sprint list message, sorry, could not get child sprints error, and then we paste in the error message. Then we have a delay of 0. A delay of 0 means it's not going to shut the toast. Extra classes is going to be a background danger. All right, cool. We'll wait a few seconds for that to do its thing. We then hit refresh. So error, request failed with status code 500. Yay. So we're gonna bring that up. We're gonna go response. Object of a query set is not JSON serializable. Yep. Yeah, we've come across this before. Yep, all right. So yeah, you need to serialize it into JSON and then send it out. So what we want to do, go over here. We then want to go sprint results equals serializers, serialize. We want to serialize it into JSON. We got our query set sprint results and CLS. There's no options. And then I think we just need to sprint results. CLS. No. Okay, fingers crossed. In order to allow non-dict objects to be serialized, set the safe parameter to false. Safe. All right. I think I gotta do that. No. All right. I've got serializers on here anyway. So what we're doing is we're serializing that. All right. JSON response. So that's a... That's sending it like that. All right, cool. Okay, return data. Return data is like that. No, that's not what we want. Nope, not what we want. I think get group and list and all that kind of stuff. Oh, hello. JSON loads, safe false. So that's data results. I think that's potentially what we need. So I'm gonna paste this up here. I'm going to go and just bang, 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 like that. I'm going to change that to not data results, but sprint results. I'm going to leave it like that and hope for the best. All right, we've got a 200. We've got a response of nothing. Yeah, that's it. That's what we needed to do. Let's go sprint results. Like so. Perfect. Oh, we've got an ad starting soon again. Okay. And then if we create new sprint, we've got project 4, sprint 0, and so forth like that. So we just need a +1 to that. Oh, piss off. Yeah, where was I? Piss off. I'm working here. All right. I don't know when this ad is meant to start. So we'll just wait around a little bit longer. All right, cool. There we go. Project 4, sprint 1, and the start date. That's a good default name. And we've got the start date started today and the end date in a week's time, so on the 15th. Yeah, perfect. Now, if we click create sprint, nothing happens at the moment because, you know, we haven't set that up yet. But we've got all this data coming through and I'm happy with that at the moment. Now, I do know if we actually go find list all objects, I think it's this project here. Ah, here's the ad break. I'll quickly finish this off. This one has sprints. So we've got child sprints popping up now. So, yeah. Cool. Let's just go over here. Cool, yeah. Just making sure no one's missing out on anything. I should really do something with this screen, but you know what? Just haven't really. Yeah, one day I will get this stream set up properly. I keep telling myself that. But yeah, I can't design anything really. So yeah, I've got Persona 5, myself with a haircut. I need a haircut. Max and me with calculators. So yeah. I'm also playing with my pen. I really should do some like weights and stuff like that during these ads. Might do that next time. At least use it for some sort of upper body strength exercise and so forth like that. So yeah. Anyway, whilst I'm also here, I'm going to get my fatigue mat. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to put that down. I'm just going to quickly check my mobile. All right, cool. Everyone's back. Sweet. Let's go back into the workstation. So we've got all this set up. So what we want to do is we also want to render this out first. So I want to render out everything. Now, we have cards to do that. So we've got cards that will render out objects. If we can't fit that into how we need it to, what we could potentially do is render out tables. Which is a temporary solution. And then later on we can be like, all right, we need to change this card, this component to be able to render it properly and so forth like that. So yeah, let's do that. So under the child sprints, if we scroll all the way up, we've got this div statement here. Now I'm going to show another place. So these are the components that I'm talking about. So we can actually have like sprint 3, have the sprint name in here and the status very easily in there. But we also kind of want more information than that. So if we got linked objects, we've got linked objects like that too. Ooh. Yeah, it might be one of those things that we do put it in, but we might want extra information later on, like the start date and end date and so forth like that. So, yes. How can I do this? Okay. Okay. So, let's have a look at linked objects. Object links should be it. So we've got sub-object links relates to. So we need sub-object links down here. So we go down here. Okay, yeah, we've actually created a specific thing for that. All right, I'm just going to lower my desk because I've been on my feet all day. And my feet are starting to actually get tired, and the mat is not helping. The fatigue mat. All right, I might put that there. Moment. All right. Cool. I might move that up a little. Yeah, this. All right, but we have under the search we've got the render object card and import variables. All right, so what we need, if we go into search objects, let's go project. Let's just check this out. Project variables. So we've got projects, project ID, and so forth like that. I think we can use this, the render stuff. So we've got the render, we've got render object card. All right, and that will pass through the import variables. Yep, all right, sweet. That's just by default. Search results, which, yeah, will pass through as search results. And yeah, all right. So let's go to the child sprints. We're only showing this if there's stuff to show. And that's true if current sprints.length is greater than 0. Actually, no, we decided. That's fine like that. Render object card, like so. We've got a bunch of vbind. So vbind, I'm going to place this render object card over there for reference. So vbind, we've got, we won't need destination. Oh. Are we using destination in here? Yep, we are. All right, so vbind destination equals sprint. Vbind the import variables, and vbind the search results equals, and then it's going to be current sprints, and we're happy with that. That is going to be sprint import variables. All right, we need to create something down here. In the data, we need element op qrs tu. Just wait, a b c d e f g h I. So import variables, and it's an object, and we are going to put this over here for reference. So we need header. It's going to be sprints. We need prefix. It's going to be sprint. Sprint, yep. ID is going to be called sprint ID. So these match up the fields. Title will be called sprint name. And then status is going to be called sprint status. Sprint status. All right, and that's all we need. And then if we reload this, so current sprints, and it's just gonna put in sprints in there for me. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Yeah. We can't change that header whatsoever. So what we need to do, we need to do that. We'll just get rid of this. In fact, we can get rid of this. It's no longer needed because, yeah, so if current sprints.length equals 0. All right, so that will handle the current sprints. I'm going to put up here current sprints like so. Down here, we're going to put finished sprints like so. Easy done. So we won't need these three. We won't need these three. I'm going to delete that. And then down here, we're going to put in buttons. All right. Okay, so render object card, we should easily be able to go vbind destination equals sprint vbind important variables equals import variables. Yep, that's fine. Vbind, and then search result is going to be finished sprint. So this should work just as well. And then we got the buttons to create at the bottom of that. So if we just wait 1 second, hit reload, go into sprints. So the one problem is this looks a bit out of whack like this. And it might be one of those cases that I don't split this up. But I kind of need to... Oh, and it's current sprints. Damn it. All right. Yeah, this is getting a bit messy. I don't like this at all. So we're going to remove quite a lot of this. I think I'm trying to go with something more complicated. It's just going to cause issues. So what we want to do is we're going to get rid of finished sprints. Instead, response.data. That's it. Current sprints. And then this gets set up. Oh, that's my washing machine. This is fine. This should be all fine. So we need finished sprints gone. List of child sprints will be the header. We scroll all the way up. Scroll all the way up. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this, rid of this, rid of this, rid of this. So we just need this render section in here. If there's none, we'll then make that appear. Finished sprints, we don't care about anymore. That will be perfectly fine. And then we've got this set up. That's perfectly fine. Then we've got all that data. We're just going to hit refresh. So list of sprints. We could get rid of that too. And just have list of child sprints and then list of associated sprints. That might be easier. Assign sprints down here. All right, cool. We could have a line defining the difference. But no, I think that's a lot better. I swear to you, I had more in here. There we go. There's one with more. And you got finished and current and so forth like that. Yeah, I might order them somehow and yeah, get them ordered by their start date and all that kind of fun stuff. But that will happen down in the near future. So yeah. All right, so it's almost 9. Okay. let's do this. So let's finish off the create new sprint. So this will pop up. So we got project 1, we got sprint 3, 8th March, start and end date. So we just now need to actually get that to work. So first things first, what we want to do is we want to go to the child sprint. We want to create new sprint. So set up data to send. So that's a const data to send equals new form data. All right, data to send dot set, and then what we're wanting to set is we want sprint name, and that's going to be this dot sprint name model. Now I'm going to see what we do with the project and so forth like that. So I'm going to go into projects. I'm going to go new project. I'm going to see what I do with the date times in here. So we've got the project name, we've got the project description, we've got the organization project. To ISO string. All right, cool. So yeah, that was just a quick question, like how do I convert that and so forth like that. That is easy done. So what we want is data to send dot set. Then in this sort of case, we want 2 lines because we need sprint start date, and that's going to be this dot sprint start date dot to ISO string, and then data to send dot set, and then we want sprint end date. And that's going to be this dot sprint end date dot to ISO string. And that's how we do it. So we've got 3 fields. We're happy with that. So that'll be this axios dot post. And then we've got a URL. We'll key that in right now. And then we'll go data to send here. And then we got the, down here, we've got the dot, then response, add code. All right, we'll most likely go to the sprint. Smiley face. Catch error. We're gonna go this dot dispatch. This $store dot dispatch. New toast, and then we've got header error. Creating new sprint message could not create new sprint error, and then we need error passing through. We need extra classes. That's going to be background danger, and we need a delay of 0. And the delay of 0 once again just means that it's not going to disappear, that toast. So the URL itself will be this .root URL. And then what we'll have is, we'll go to this. And we'll search sprint. Now, if we search project, we've got new project, and I think we need new sprint save. So I'm going to do that right now. Path, new sprint save. This will be sprint views dot new sprint, and name is going to be called new sprint. All right, I'm going to separate this into this, just because it's easier to read. All right, so new sprint save. That will be perfectly fine. So in here, root URL, new sprint save. I'm just wondering if I need to send the destination and location ID, and I think I do. I think the easiest way to do it is putting it in here. Actually, new requirement item save does have it at the end. New note delete has it at the end. Yeah, all right. So I actually do want to put it. Or is it location underscore ID? Got to be consistent. Yeah. Oh, no, it looks weird. Okay, so new sprint, destination, location ID, and then save. All right. That should pass everything through to the back end. So with the sprint views, we've got new sprint, we've got destination and location ID. We need to send it through a form. So going with this, we're going to go bang, bang. And we're going to go this dot destination and this dot location ID. Easy done. All right. Then what we need to do is just going to close all of this because I no longer need those opened. I'm going to close this. So the create new sprint, that will send it to the back end, and then we'll most likely go to that sprint. So we'll actually get that ID back. Very much like how new project does it. So if we actually go into the views and go project views, not profile, project views, and go new project save. You'll see it gets all this information, and then what actually happens is it'll it just reverses. Well, I thought it got the ID and then went. All right, no problem. We'll figure it out. So Axios post, it sends the data to the back end. Let's set that up. So it does that. It goes here. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. So in here, we need to create a form. So in here, it'll be sprint. It'll actually be called new. So kind of like this, new change task form, new column form, new customer form, new group form. So we need above new tag form. We need class, new sprint form, forms.model form, class meta. It's going to be model is going to equal the sprint. The fields are going to equal, now we're going to have to import that. The fields are going to be sprint name, sprint start date, sprint end date. And that's it for the form. So if we go here, we've got form equals new sprint form request.post. If not, form dot is valid. Return HTTP bad request form errors. We've got to import this. Okay, now that it's passed, what we want to do is we want to save that form. So save the data in a new object. So this won't need a save. If memory serves me correctly, this doesn't need a save. So what we need is sprint. Oh wait, it might need... Hang on, let's have a look at the new project views again. Yeah, it does need to submit. All right, cool, no problem. So what we have, sprint submit equals sprint, and then in here what we'll have is the sprint name will equal form.cleanData sprint name. What we'll have, sprint status, it's going to be default. Sprint start date is going to be form.cleanData sprint start date. Sprint end date, clean data, sprint end date. We need change user to equal request dot user. All right, so we've got those three fields. I don't need any other fields per se. I think those are the defaults I just need. So sprint submit dot save. Cool. And then all I need to send back is a JSON response. And then what we have is we'll have an ID. And that will be sprint submit dot sprint ID. And I think that's all I need to do. And ads have started again. All right. We're back here. So yeah, the idea being is it will send back that ID. The front end will be like, all right, cool, you've just done something. It will then just load that in. It's not going to close the modal until, yeah, it's not going to close the modal. There might be some things that I got to do where if users do a certain thing when clicking on this, when the internet's slow and stuff like that, I might need to look into doing specific things around that. But otherwise, yeah, this is pretty much coming along very well. I am excited. How long for the ads? About 40 seconds, yeah. So sorry about all this. Trialing this out. Feel free to join the Discord, and if you hate the ads like I do, feel free to just say, hey, I hate the ads. I'm agreeing with you. The reason why I'm doing this is to stop the pre-roll ads. That's it. So yeah, ad break in is finishing in about 10 seconds. So yeah, I'm looking at myself in that picture. I really need a trim of the beard. This thing's getting wild. I just need that whole, even the hair's going wild. Oof. All right, everyone should be back. Let's get back into it. Cool. So this is throwing a complaint because I think it wants that. Yep, I thought so. So let's hit refresh. Something's not working. Huh. Alright. I've done something wrong with the models. Let's open them up. Let's go sprint start date. Auto. Alright. These aren't autos. So now that I've done that, I need to Python 3 manage make migrations. Python 3 manage migrate. And then Python, then npm run watch. All right, cool. And it won't take too long for this to now watch. I think it's around 12 seconds on this computer, which is nice. Remember when it used to take 40 or longer? Holy hell. But yeah, now that it takes a lot quicker, I'm not fast. All right, so let's refresh this. So we've got sprints, create new sprint. Yep, I'm happy with that. Create sprint. Did I not put set this up right? Oh, we've got a console log. This dot sprint start date to I. Oh. All right. Let's have a look at that properly. All right, so we've got parent module, configure, sprints, assign sprints, child sprints, sorry. We've got the sprint end date, sprint start date. Okay, and if we actually go to localhost new project, let's have a look at what the new project does. So looking at the view, click on the new project. So we've got the project end date. All right. The third 07. That has not updated. I'm going to hit refresh. There we go. That has updated. So it can use. Okay. Let's go var A equals new date. Var B equals new date A dot get time plus 1,000 times, so 1,000 to get into seconds, 60 to get into minutes, 60 to get into hours, 24 to get into days, and 7 to get into a week. So A and B. I think I'm overcomplicating stuff. Okay, cool. So going to child sprints, I complicated this thing. We don't need the get time here. We need the get time here. In fact, we need to do that. All right, so going back to project information, we're going to hit reload. Actually, all right, now we're going to reload. Just going to do that twice. So we've got the sprint start date, sprint end date. If we go add, wrong one, sprints, create new sprint. We've got that, and we've got the 14th. So 8. Because I changed that to the 6. All right, that makes sense. So 7 days, time 1,000. Yep. All right, cool. I'm just gonna hit reload. I'm gonna then hit sprints, and there we go. We've got the 15th and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna hit console. Ooh, invalid prop. Please check failed for prop value. Expected number array got date. Ooh, all right. Why don't we have that on this one? Because I send it down and it handles that for me. All right. I don't know how to redo. Location ID. So this will be fine. What we need to do is we need to organize dates. What we need to do is const start date equals new date, and then we go this dot sprint start date. Const end date equals new date this dot sprint end date. Like so. And then we need to go start date, end date. And then we wait a few seconds and then we hit reload. On the wrong thing. And then we hit reload. All right, and then we go into sprints, create sprint, nothing happened. Wait, it did. And response is 5. All right, sweet. So what we need to do is we need to tell user, notify user that data is being sent. This dot store dot dispatch new toast, where we've got a header being creating new toast, message, please wait, we are creating the new toast. It will navigate you automatically to the sprint. So I can't hear anything now. Hey Charlie, come in here, buddy. My headset just ran out of power. So header, we've got message, we've got the extra classes, that's going to be background warning, we've got the delay of 0, and we've got the unique type being create sprint. All right. Actually, we don't. Yeah, we do need that for that. Please wait, we are creating the new toast. It'll navigate you automatically. It will automatically navigate you to the new sprint information page. Okay. Okay, cool. So when it does is navigate user to the new sprint page, what we want to do is we want window.location to href, I think. Let's test this out. Yeah. All right. Cool. Equals. This is where we use the root this.root URL. And then we need sprint information, and then all we need is the response.data.id. And that's it. So if we go back to project information, hit reload, we'll actually hopefully have that new sprint in there. Oh, we didn't add in the destination or anything like that. We've got to do that on the back end. So sprint views. So, that will be this, where we've got an F value of destination underscore ID equals location ID. I'm just neatening this up just a little bit. And don't say that won't work. Expected dictionary got search. F. I don't know if that will work. Only one way to find out. Yeah, it didn't want to work. Oh. That's why. All right. Need a colon, not a semicolon. Sorry, a colon, not a comma. All right. Hitting refresh. We're going to go to sprints. We're going to go and create a new sprint. We're just going to create. Boom. Sends us here. So project 1, sprint 3, a draft. We've got the date, time. In reality, that's just going to be the date itself. We don't have any objects or anything like that. That's it for our next sort of thing, is to add things in. Whoops, why did my Mac do that? I've lost video feed, that's why. All right, cool. So that's still like that. All right. I'm just knocking everything over. All right, so Going to minimize that. So we've got the sprint information. There's all of that. Once again, this screen will be worked on. We're just doing a proof of concept to get it to work. We're going to shake out all the bugs. Once all that is done, we go in and we'll make this look pretty. We're going to place this information down in certain spots and so forth like that. So, yeah. Cool. So if we go back here, we can now do a big cross out of this. Able to create sprints. Done. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. Yay. All right. Sweet. So now that I've done that, what do I want to do? And that worked a treat, this little thing. We also want to do that there. What did we want to do next is able to delete sprints. Now that's going to take a little more effort. I am going to only enable that on the sprint screen itself. So we'll have a delete sprint down here, a close sprint, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't want it having it on. If someone's made a mistake, well, let's find an object, list all objects. So let's list sprints. We should be seeing. Yep, sweet. Yeah, we kind of want it to be done at this level. Okay. How many tasks do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh god, so much more. Yeah. And only if the user level is 4. Okay, so I'm going to close everything. I'm going to minimize everything. I am going to start adding in buttons and so forth like that. So we're going to source JavaScript components. We're going to go into our sprints. We've got our sprint information. We've got all of this here. So we've got the card body. Then at the bottom, so we've got end of the table. We've got a div class equals row. What are we going to call this? What was the other rows called? I keep forgetting. Submit row. What we're going to do is we're going to place in the buttons for the moment. So this is div the row. So if we have a look at that, and then we've got the column. MD12, and then we've got the buttons. So we've got the one button in here. I'm going to go class equals btn danger delete and just paste those in. Undo. btn primary, btn warning. So we want start sprint. Actually, I want that as btn success, and then finish sprint, like so. But I want these as. Now we had a save changes. Yeah, we had something like that. I'm on the wrong page. So if I reload on this page, there it goes. So we've got our buttons there. So start sprint, it will just start the sprint straight away, and we'll get it to tell the backend, hey, it's started. We won't have a modal being like, are you sure? Finish sprint and delete sprint, we will. We'll have modals pop up and we'll be like, are you sure? The delete sprint, what will actually happen is when it gets deleted, it'll just go to the parent object. Yes. So I'm just having a little tiny think. I think that will be the solution. Yeah, we do need HR. Like so, and then we just refresh, and that separates everything. Once again, we'll come through, we'll be sweeping this through, and we'll be like, all right, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do yada, yada, yada to make this look nice. I do fully understand that. All right. I should also be moving this chat like here. I feel like you guys are missing out on some of that data. So yeah, finish, start. All right, cool. So delete will always appear. Let's clean up these. All right, we've got an ad starting in 5 minutes. VF. This will only be where the this will be the sprint results 0.sprint status equals draft. It's the only time this is actually appearing. And VF sprint results 0.sprint status equals current. Yeah. So if we hit refresh, there you go. It'll only start. We should be able to. I mean, we technically can get these two done right now, right tonight, because I know deleting the sprint is just going to be a pain. But I should do it. I should do the delete sprint. We've still got probably half an hour to an hour left in me. So, yeah, cool. Let's do that. All right. Now, what we want to do, confirm sprint delete.view, is we're splitting these out into their own component. All right. The reason being is it's just going to make life simpler. I'll be able to grab all that data because we're sending, if we go into here, if we actually open up this data again, if we actually go into the view and we go into the Vuex, we should actually have the destination. So sprint, location ID is undefined. Damn it. Did one of the cats just run into the window? Hey, buddy. Charlie, I didn't mean to scare you. Oh. Come here. Come on. Come on, buddy. This is Charlie. He's going back home tomorrow. Oh, Charlie. I think that's you on screen. Yeah. You're like, no, I'm not used to being held. Yeah, I know. Is he going to cause trouble? Possibly. Anyway. So we got a template. Add modal. We'll have our script. In fact, I tell you what. Let's delete this. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Sorry, he's presenting his belly. I have to scratch his belly. It's like the rarest sort of pats and stuff like that you can get off him. Because he's extremely timid. But he's now liking me. Alright, so what we want to do is I want to, under the models wizards, there's a couple of confirm up here. Now the reason why I'm not putting them in the wizards is because this really belongs over here. So confirm, sprint, delete. It's because that we're not putting it under the wizards because that actually belongs to the parents module. That's why we're putting it under the sprints themselves. So in here, we got to confirm. Actually, I tell you what. We can just cheat. Confirm link delete is going to be confirm sprint delete and replace all. Done. All right, so now that is done, we just got to go through and change all of this. So please confirm sprint deletion. Are you sure you want to delete the sprint? And then that will be closed. No. Yes. Delete sprint. Delete sprint. All right. Ooh, this is not in its correct format. This should be in that format. All right. So we'll need to actually change that. So that's why I'm commenting that out. We'll need to change all of this. That's why I'm commenting that out. But yeah, this is very small. And we've got another ad break. Cool. I swear to you, it wasn't that long. Yeah, it feels like I'm having more. I think the reason why it's feeling like more is because I've got 2 sets of ad breaks now instead of 1. I used to have it as a minute ad breaks, but the one problem with that was I had way too many pre-rolls. So yeah, hopefully everyone's going well this evening. Hopefully not too many people are being annoyed by the pesky ads. Not that they pay me much anyway. So yeah, fun times. Fun times. All right, we've got about 30 seconds of ads left. I don't know where Charlie went. He's done his thing. He was scratching for a bit and now he's run off. So yeah, and then I've got to clean tomorrow. Holy hell, do I have to clean? This house needs a proper clean. So I'm going to have to dust everything and so forth like that. It is going to be horrendous. I think it'll take me 3 hours. I'll do a thorough job. So, yeah. Anyway, we are back. Cool. So, going back into here, we're just going to close this off and so forth like that. We've got the closed modal. All right, cool. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to get some more water. I should have done this during the ads. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I also need to go to the bathroom. Anyway. Sorry. Charlie's here getting pats. Wanting more and more pats. Easy work. Right. Anyway, I've got to get some water. Alright. There you go, buddy. Okay. Oh, he doesn't want to sit on my lap. He wants to sit on the bed? Okay, so we got this closed modal. Now, all right, we might as well edit it. Might as well also add in this functionality, which means we've got to sorry, Charlie's being super cute and needy. All right. I don't think I'll make it for another 50 minutes. All right. I just feel myself fading. Are you sure you want to delete the sprint? Yes, no. All right, delete sprint. So that will get the sprint ID. So what we need is create data to send, const data to send equals new form data to send dot set. Should be that. Oh, wait a minute. We need map getters. So this will be location ID. Okay, cool. And sprint information. And yeah, that should be sending up sprint. So destination, location ID. Okay, I'm just going to go console log. Ooh. And thank you very much, Crunkmaster Cash, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So yeah, welcome. All right, so this dot sprint results 0 dot sprint ID. Let's see how that turns out, and let's hit reload. Undefined. All right, if I delete all of that and hit reload, we don't have a sprint ID. But we need a sprint ID. So let's add in a sprint ID into the data. So that's part of the backend now. That's a backend issue. So if we go into the sprint views, putting them at the top, we're going to go sprint information. Yeah, we just don't have it. Sprint ID. That's all we needed to do. Wait a few seconds because the Django server's got to rerun. If we go into the view, destination, there we go, location ID, perfect. So confirm delete, that will be this location information. That's all we need. So tell user we are deleting the sprint. So this will be this $store.dispatch. It will be dispatching a new toast where the header is deleting sprint. Message is please wait whilst we delete the sprint. Extra classes, that is going to be background warning. Delay is going to be 0, and we're not going to worry about anything else. Unique type is going to be delete sprint. So we actually won't need to worry about that. We will need to, yeah, the reason being is if it's successful, it'll close it. If not, it'll keep the modal open. All right, so what we want now is we want this.axios.post. We want the URL and data to send. Then we need a then response, and window.location will equal, and that will equal this.root URL, and then this will equal the parent. We don't have the parent in here, but we can get it. Parent object is going to be of type string. Default is going to be nothing. And then we're going to have this dot parent object underscore information / by parent location ID. And that's pretty easy. We actually do this in the other one, parent location ID, parent object location ID. Oh, all right, parent object destination, and this is type number, default 0. All right. We won't need a response. We'll just need that. We do need a catch. So in case there is an error, we'll actually be utilizing this. And then we'll say error, deleting sprint. Sorry, could not delete the sprint. Error. Error. VG warning, delay 0, delete sprint. All right. Okay. Now we just got to figure out a URL. So we've got note delete. I think what we want is sprint delete. So we've got sprint information. We'll have the ID there, won't we? Yeah. So we won't need data to send. Do we have project delete? No, we don't delete projects. Yeah, this is sprint information int sprint ID delete sprint views dot delete sprint name equals sprint information delete. All right, so this is one of the rare cases where we actually can delete stuff. So I'm just gonna stretch. So what I want to do is I want to go back to this. I want to get rid of that data to send. If we don't need to send it, we don't need to send it. So what we need to do in here is root URL. And then it'll be sprint information / and then this dot location ID / delete /. This will still say the same. We just need to feed the that down further. And I think this is it. I don't think we need object link. We need destination, location ID, root URL. Yeah, this is pretty simple. So in here, the sprint information, we're going to import components, import confirm sprint delete. Then down here we've got components. And then we've got confirm sprint delete that we're using. And then I think I can put it in here and just go confirm sprint delete. And then what we want to do is we've got vbind parent object destination equals parent object destination vbind parent object location ID parent object location ID. Like so. And that should do it. Now, the URLs will get connected up to this. Now, it is in post. So delete sprint. All right, so what we need to do is we've got the sprint.objects.filter is where the sprint ID equals sprint ID, and then update is deleted equals true. And I don't think I need to save. I think that's it. So if we go to sprint 6 and we go delete, we haven't set that up yet. So sprint information, v on click equals confirm delete sprint. So down here, confirm delete sprint. And what we want to do is we want to open up that modal. We'll need to actually import the modal. So that will be import modal from Bootstrap. So not mounted. Here, go confirm delete. So what we want to do is const modal equals new modal document get element by ID, and then it will be confirm. It'll be easier just to copy. And then modal.show. And then we wait. Then we hit refresh. And then we test this out. No. No. Are you sure you want to delete the sprint? Please confirm sprint deletion. All right, cool. What I want to do, I want to go into admin. Actually, I can just go list sprints. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5 or 6. So that one is deleted. That one isn't. That one isn't. I think I skipped one then, but that's fine. What I want to do, I want to click on 6. That is saved, that is deleted. So that functionality is working. So we're happy with that. All right, so another bit of functionality done. So user able to delete sprint. So now we're extra happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That we've now got just 5 small little tasks to do. So from here, user able to add object. All right, cool. We'll figure that out. There will be a wizard for that. So if I go over here, so, and we click on the right thing, user to add objects. Okay, cool. So there'll be 2 methods. So the first method would be from the sprint information page. Users can use a wizard. And it'll be built in a similar stream to essentially the wizard for relationships and so forth like that. So it'll be exactly the same. The other one is from set object. Be able to add to existing sprints. So we'll probably have 2 more components dealing with this. They'll be structured very, very similar to other sort of different methods that we've done so far, but specifically for this. Yeah. So I'm going to probably call it there. It's 5 to 10. I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours. I can't go on anymore. But before I do, let's cd into sites and NearBeach. Let's stop the Webpack. Let's do our cheeky remove of the static files, and then git check out the static files, and then git status. And then, so we've got a couple of migrations. We've got a few new files changed and added. So git add everything, git commit. What we're calling this is implementing user sprint information page and the ability for users to add in for users to create sprints. So we're very happy with this so far. Once again, the migration files, we're going to delete them and remake them. So when we remake them, they'll be good. So yeah, anyway, let's raid someone. Let's see who is currently going. Ooh, Togglebit. There's Togglebit. There's cybersecurity.
Theo says
to use text-to-speech visit.
Yeah, let's raid Theo. Theo, that's his name. All right. Be Theo. Sorry, it just took me a little while to remember how to say the name. I'm tired, so yeah. Anyway, thank you very much everyone for coming. It has been wonderful. We are getting closer to that first iteration. Once again, that first iteration is going to look horrible, and then we're going to test it out and we're going to iterate on it to be like, all right, we need this improved, we need that improved, we need it to look like this, and all that kind of fun stuff. That just takes time and effort. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much. Let's hit that raid button. I shall see you guys Monday.